Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Be Healed Web Show, where I am your host, Camille R. Perry, and I'm so excited, so grateful, so thankful for you to be with us on tonight. As we're in the beautiful month of February, first of all, happy birthday to all the February born babies. I know there's a lot of you out there, so happy birthday to you. Congratulations to the Chiefs who won, or the Eagles who even got there. Listen, whoever your sports team was, congratulations to you on the great win. Here's the focus. Tonight, we're talking about the voices of our future. We know that February is traditionally Black History Month. We celebrate, we bring close attention to the trials and the triumphs, the struggles and the successes of our people. But I believe that it's not just Black history, it's history, it's world history. We have done some phenomenal things. And most importantly, it's good that we know where we've been so we know where we're going. Okay, I'm a firm believer. If you do not know where you have been, you will definitely repeat the past, and your future won't be as bright as you desire it to be. But tonight, I have two amazing young ladies. Okay, these young ladies, you're in for a treat. I have thoroughly enjoyed just hanging out with them in the green room. Taylor Star, Savannah Sky are going to hang out with us on today, and they're going to tell us their perspective, share with us what it means for when they look at their life in the years that God has blessed them on the earth. They've been blessed with amazing, tremendous parents, but these young women are full of personality, vivacious, conversation, very articulate. And listen, y'all just see for yourself. Please welcome, get in the chat, throw some hearts, share on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and welcome the one and only, these amazing, incomparable young ladies, Taylor Star and Savannah Sky. So excited to have you ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So how are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for being here with us on tonight. I see your moms in the chat. Hey, mom, how you doing, sis? So good to see you. Tell us about you. Introduce yourselves to this world. We'll start with Taylor and then Savannah. Taylor Star and then Savannah Sky.
Well, my name is Taylor Star, and I'm 10 years old. And a little bit about me is I like drawing, like designing, and like drawing clothes that I want to make in the future. And because I want to be a designer in the future.
Okay.
And I like playing outside and like that's it.
Okay. I love that. You like designing, you like drawing, you want to be a designer in the future. All right, let's go ahead, Miss Taylor, Miss Savannah Sky.
Who's Brandon? Anyway. Oh, I'll teach. Anyway, some things about me is that my name is Savannah, by the way. I'm 10 years old, and like Taylor Star said, I like drawing, but I also like cooking, and I love animals, and I like being with like little kids.
Awesome. So, with that being said, how did you two ladies get a chance to know each other and become the wonder amazing twins that you all are?
It all started in fourth grade, but we met each other in kindergarten. We've known each other since kindergarten, but this eternal friendship has started in fourth grade.
Okay, I love that. You said eternal friendship. That's beautiful. What? First of all, let's just pause for a second. What is eternal in you all's opinion? What does that mean? Like, I know you're well versed and well learned. Just share with the people. Eternal. What does that mean for you?
For me, it means forever.
That's pretty spot on. All right. So again, like I said, you all that are watching, you're in for a treat. These young ladies are so well versed, so learned. I feel like their generation is leaps and bounds beyond my generation. Man, it makes me want to kind of do things over again. But let's talk about you all being the voices of our future. So, I'm sure you all see things on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all those Snapchats, and you might hear terms like Black excellence. What does that mean to you?
Well, Black excellence? Wait, do you want to go first? What Black excellence means to me is like how we are such entrepreneurs, like Lonnie Johnson. He was um uh, a brother, and he made the Super Soaker, which is like an amazing water gun, but sadly he died.
It happens. Yeah. We all got to go sometime.
And
So, go ahead.
what Black excellence means to me is like when Black people feel comfortable dressing up to like cartoons that are usually white people, like princesses.
Wow.
And I was like,
Jasmine.
oh, I was Princess Jasmine, like 3 years ago or a couple years ago. I think it was like first grade or something.
Mhm. So that you said that's part of the excellence for you when you as a young 10-year-old, you're able to see that I can be a princess, and it doesn't just have to be one dynamic, one focus. So I have to ask you all, like, do you believe that there is a difference between people, or are we all the same? We're just uniquely and fearfully wonderfully made individuals.
I have something to say.
Yes, go for it.
This weekend, well, technically last weekend, I was at church, and we were kind of celebrating Black History Month, and this lady was doing a speech, kind of like on how this person was like looking for stuff, but he couldn't find it. I wasn't there for the whole thing, but what it basically meant to me was that like Black people have like made basically everything. But the thing I really heard was like a refrigerator and something else, some other things. But we mostly made like everything.
So you can see where Black inventors, scientists, different individuals have contributed to the success in our world.
And
Is that a fair statement?
yeah, and we've made like sharpeners and things like that.
So what I think is interesting is that, you both being 10 and learning and going to school, are you able to take this information back and share it with your friends, or are you being taught this in school of the different inventions and scientists and composers and philosophers? What are you being taught this at school, or are you going back and teaching people at school?
It's kind of both, a mixture of both.
And in science at school, like a couple months ago, still in fifth. I was still in fifth grade, obviously. I learned about Lonnie Johnson, and then a week ago, I learned about Mary Maynard Daly. Well,
Mhm.
that's when I first heard her name, and then yesterday, I learned that she was like kind of like a black scientist, and she got a PhD, and she was a professor at the Albert Einstein Academy. I think that's what it was called.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. So you're able to learn it. And I think, Taylor Sky, you said that it's kind of like both. So tell us a little bit about that.
Um, sometimes I like sometimes I mention some black what should I call it? Black history. Should they say that?
What's the question, dear?
Like, I don't want to make this in a weird way, like black history people. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, so you notable figures in Black history.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some people don't know them, and I know them, so they're like, "Who's that?" And then I just like tell them about that person
Mm-hmm.
and like tell them what they've done and all that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have to tell you, the chat is blowing up, and I love it. Your grandmother stated that she's been in the broadcast industry for herself for in 30 years, and glad to see that you're following her footprints. How proud she is of you. I need you all to know that your success, you doing this, you stepping out and having a voice and sharing your story, even at 10 years old, you're making history for yourselves. I think we have to understand, every day that we're living, we're able to, yesterday, what is that over in Lion King? It's in the past, because it's history, right? And you deal with today. That's why they call it the present. Okay, anyways. But nevertheless, understanding like you're making strides for your future. You're doing things now that will impact you 15, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So when we talk about you designing, when you talk about you understanding the importance of sharing information with others, from your perspective, from your lens, where do you see yourself fitting in this world? Do you feel like you fit in with your friends? Do you feel like you're called to be different? How do you see yourself?
I see myself kind of special because people other than us love braids. They're like, "Oh my god, your braids are so pretty. I wish I can have your hair like cuz they don't have that texture of our hair."
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh my god, I love your hair so much. I wish I can have that hair." So that kind of makes me feel like I'm special. And yeah.
And okay, so something before my dad picked me up for some. Oh, wait, no, not that. Oh wait, no, that was a different time. I feel like I fit in because I feel like I'm a really good artist,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm like really good at cooking too, and I feel like I'm really kind to people.
Awesome. So do you feel that that's like everybody, like you're just Savannah, like there's nothing that's different about you, like, oh, I'm just Savannah? Or do you feel like because you're good at those things, that is something special that you bring to this world?
I think that it's something special that I bring to this world.
Absolutely. So let's talk about where you guys are now. You're 10. What is your let's just kind of play the game real quick. What are your goals coming out of elementary school into junior high? What are some goals that you set for yourself?
Well, I want to do better with my math grades,
Okay.
and I want to be a better listener
That's pretty good. Why do you want to be a better listener?
because sometimes I get like a little distracted with like things around me.
Mm, okay, so you're conscious of that. That's good. What about you, Taylor Star?
Also, I want to get better at my grades and maybe learn to sew like when I get older so I can design and follow my dreams of designing.
I love that. So you want to learn how to sew? Okay. Okay. After junior high comes high school. What's your plans for high school?
Um, I haven't really thought about that. I don't even know where I'm going.
Mm.
Well, not to be like the others, like be mean or anything. I want to stay nice and stay how I am now and not change at all.
Taylor Star, I think it's very interesting you say that because I believe there's something that your age bracket has, the youthfulness, the fresh perspective, the seeing what's well in everyone. I pray that you do keep that. I pray that you keep that same spirit and you don't allow things of this world and interactions that you'll have with people who aren't as pleasant, that aren't as nice as you, that might not believe what you believe. I hope that that never jades you or causes you to feel different, like who you are isn't good, because who you are is great, right? That's good. That's good. All right. So I was told that you all have your own businesses. Is that true?
Yes. So I I have two businesses, but I'm like about to have three.
Okay.
Um um so so my first business was is I walk dogs, and I walk this dog named Big Boy, and he's like really sweet and old. And I I make bracelets, like rubber band bracelets and beaded bracelets, but mostly rubber bands, like kind of like this.
Okay. Got some products to show us? Absolutely.
And then my third business that I'm about to have is hair braiding, because I'm learning how to braid hair.
Awesome. That's great, Savannah. What about you, Taylor Sky?
Customer.
You said you're a customer.
Um, well, it's not really my business. I just help because my nana sells Crocs and like I help package and help her mail the stuff and like put the gibbets in or help her glitter the Crocs because sometimes she like puts gems on them.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. If grandmother is listening, please have her put that in the chat where people can share maybe even a link where people can purchase because that would be awesome. Maybe she'll even run like a Taylor Star special. Maybe use code Be Healed. I don't know. It's just just throwing it out there. But I think that's awesome that you all are already familiar with business. Why did you want to start your own businesses? Where did that come from? I mean, at 10, most kids don't think like that. What made you want to do that?
Well, actually, I think I started my business at like late eighth, early nines. Um,
Mm.
um, I wanted to start my own business because it all started in summer school when like not in summer school. In summer camp, there were like these people in my group, and like during free time, they would like make bracelets, and I would like help them. It would be like a whole business, and we would only charge like $1, and of course I got paid. And like after summer camp, I wanted to start making bracelets and making money, but also because I really like doing it. So I first start when I left summer camp. I first started with like hair rubber bands, but then I got like a professional kit.
Okay.
And then my dog walking business was my first business because I had this neighbor where she would like always bring her dogs, and I one day I asked her if I could start walking her dogs, and she said yes, and they were like the sweetest dogs ever.
That's awesome. So you saw a need and you decided to meet the need. You saw an opportunity with the bracelets and designing things, and people enjoyed it. And so it's like, why not sell? I think that's awesome that you have the entrepreneurial spirit and awareness. When you think of your future, when you think of the next steps for your life, I want you guys to kind of put on your visionary hats when it comes down to this world that we live in. What would you recommend to those like who are your maybe your parents' age and higher that are in the different systems of change? What would you recommend to them from your lens, from your perspective of what they can do differently or maybe keep doing to make this world a better place?
Mm, Sometimes me and my mom give out food to the homeless, so maybe keep on giving to them,
Hmm.
and like people start being nicer.
That's good.
And so when we have like extra food, me and my dad and my brother, we give them out to the homeless. We go to like this area, like well, we go to different areas, but nearly, not nearly, mostly near like Stater Bros
Hmm.
sometimes because there's like a lot of people around there, like homeless around there. And then my dad is a teacher, and he does it he's a really good teacher. He has fun, but he also like teaches them, but still has fun. So and it could help people like become better with like everything. Yeah.
So I'm hearing continue to be benevolent, to give, to share with others, especially if they have less than you. You're saying to those that are in academia, those that are teaching, you know, definitely teach, but make it fun. Let me ask you a question. How do you all feel about faith? Like, what does faith mean to you, and how has faith been instrumental in your life in these 10 years of living?
Well, faith kind of gets you. Faith is I'm trying to put it in a
How would you define faith? Let's start there.
like
Okay. So I feel like faith is like kind of like believing, like still having hope that
Mm,
like things will happen, and like having faith in people, like trusting them, and yeah.
that's good. That's
I
good.
also think faith is when you like give something to someone. It's like, can I trust you with this?
Mm,
And then they absolutely keep their promise. Like she keeps her promise.
And
that's good.
I have someone in my class named Faith, and very she's very nice and sometimes trustworthy, and
Hopefully, she's not watching tonight.
mostly, and she like laughs a lot, and I think that's like important because it's important like not to like
Be sad or anything.
yeah.
Okay,
And I and
Always be happy.
she's a good friend.
good. So, how has faith been important for you in your life?
The person or the real thing?
The real faith, not the person.
So we can have faith in God.
Faith in Jesus.
Absolutely. And how has that been? Has that been important for you or necessary? Or it's like, that's what my parents think. I don't know yet.
It's important.
It's important.
And necessary. I think it's necessary.
It is necessary.
Why is it necessary, Taylor? Because you said that so emphatically. I love it. Why is it necessary?
Because God is the one who put us here. And He put us in this world. And He's the reason why we're all here right now.
That is very true. That is very true. So because you know that faith is important, you understand one of the definitions you said about faith, you said is having hope, right? And trustworthiness. So when you mentioned about having faith in God and having faith that God will continue to do, and that you know that He's placed you here for a purpose. Where does that place you? Like, do you get excited about that? Like, hey, I was born for a purpose. Do you already know your purpose in life? Now I'm gonna tell you, there's some grown folks that don't even know their purpose. So don't feel pressured, okay? If you don't, you don't. You in good company.
I think that our purpose, most of our purpose of life is to like worship God and like thank Him, and yeah.
Wow, that's good. What about you, Taylor Star?
I'm not really sure.
That's totally fine. Totally fine. That's totally fine. I think that, there's no pressure to know you're 10. And like I stated, there's some people.
Purpose in my life, but I'm just not sure yet.
I'm
Everybody has a purpose in their life.
Everybody does have, you're absolutely 100,000% correct. Everybody does have a purpose.
Wouldn't be born.
Say what, dear?
Unless they wouldn't be born.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yes. Because they're born, they definitely have a purpose. So, and I think you said you're just not sure yet, right? So let me ask you this. What do you feel that you are really good at that you don't even have to try to be good at? It just comes to you naturally.
Can it like be sports or something?
It could be whatever, honey.
Dodgeball.
Yeah, dodgeball. All I do in dodgeball. All I do in dodgeball is dodge. I even dodge with the balls. Like I a lot of times on my team, I'm the last person, right?
Yep. Sometimes even me.
I love the partnership that you and Taylor Star have, Savannah. I love that because you were like, right, me too. She was, yeah. I love that. So you mentioned about, you've experienced some things in your life already. You said you all met each other when you were in kindergarten, but the friendship blossomed in fourth grade. What does friendship mean to you? And why do you see that it's already important in your life?
Friendship is important because, like, when you're down, you probably need someone to cheer you up or do something for you to make you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, probably if you don't like being alone, you can have someone to talk to when you have no one to talk to.
It's the conferring. It's the on the air conferring. So what did you guys come up with right there?
When she said when you have nobody to talk to, and then we start talking to each other.
Like kind of pretending to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Having someone that's there with you that you can carry through. What about you, Savannah? How important is friendship to you?
Like very, 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 very important. Because, well, sometimes, basically what she said, like when you're down, or like when you have like nobody to play with too, or like if you have nobody to talk to at the moment, or nobody, or when you're bored, and yeah.
Or if you have no money, you can just ask to borrow some money and you can pay her back when you get the money.
Okay, listen, I hear that. I hear that. And that's truly good friendship. Everyone is enjoying the dialogue, and especially when your authentic response regarding not sure just yet, Taylor Star, of your purpose, but know that it's there. And then, as both of you all mentioned, how great you all are at dodgeball, and of course, the movie popped into my mind, but understanding the agility, understanding that the partnership, the collaboration. But then when we're talking about friendship, and you're saying about someone that sticks by your side, someone that's able to help you, and I'm like, man, it really sounds like you're describing God, right? Because we know that He sticks closer than any brother, any friend. So I know we're going to get ready to wrap up pretty soon, but I want to ask you some, just because you all the voice of our future. How can we as parents how can we as parents help you all? Because as much as you all are talking, some of your friends, they don't talk. So what are like three things that you would tell us to say, hey, you guys need to make sure you work on these things so we can feel safe, that we can grow, we can be happy? What is some advice that you can give to parents?
Okay, so parents, if you have a bestie, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, Hey Design Croc Terms trademark. Anyway, so like adults, parents, grandmas, grandpas, aunties, uncles. I see you.
Sisters, brothers.
Sisters, brothers. Okay, so like if you have besties, I guess, like if they are like sad or like dealing with something, or you can make them feel better, or it, how do I explain this? If they're like moving, if they need help, or if they like are moving to a different job, you can help them find a new job.
That's fair. But what advice would you give us for us to be better? Like, I hear you saying about being better with friends, for us to be better with friends, but how can we be better parents? What is some advice that you can give us for us to be better parents?
Oh, okay. So you guys could, I say, so maybe you can be better parents by maybe once a month give your kids their favorite meal.
That sounds doable. Okay. What about you, Taylor? Taylor
Oh,
Star?
yeah, and be patient.
Oh, and okay.
And like some of you parents can do what my mom does. Get a chore chart, and like if you do all your chores, then you get the money, any amount you want to put on there.
Any amount?
Yeah.
I got $10.
My mom's giving me 25. But if you slip off, you get abducted. And you get like
You get abducted or deducted?
Deducted.
Like,
Not abducted by UFOs. Sorry.
okay, you get deducted. Okay.
And guys, my mom.
All right. So there's a chore chart. They put the dollar amount. If they fall off, your mom said it's not any amount. So you out here telling a different tale here. Brittany, I think she's speaking by faith. She's talking about faith here. But so I like what Savannah you said, being patient and fixing a meal. What's another one? What's another solid one?
Maybe. So sometimes my dad does this. Like,
Go ahead, Savannah.
okay, so thank you, by the way, mother.
Thank you.
Also, so maybe my dad does this sometimes. You could, like, if your kids take long in the morning sometimes, they could, like, wake up early, and maybe they could not get to school late, or they could, like, or they would be like on time. Like, for us at school, the gates open at like 7:15. And so maybe if we, like, wake up earlier, and then we could be there, like, around there, like 7:15, 7:20, 25.
So you're saying you don't want to be late for school. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Well, I do believe your parents feel that they've heard you and heard your request, so they'll work on that. What are some advice before we head out? What is some advice that you can give your friends?
Okay.
Some of my friends need to find their voice. Some of them are scared to, like, stand up. Like,
stand up, take my people away.
Okay. Like, sometimes when we have dance offs, they're so scared to dance and all that, but I just came out of my shell, and now I'm, like, ready to do all that stuff, and now I like doing all that stuff, and I found out it was fun. So, yeah.
You said for them to find their voice. That's heavy.
Find, like, and, like, yeah, come out of their shell.
Like you're a detective, or a little turtle in an egg.
Okay, to peep out. What is some advice, Savannah, that you would give your friends?
And advice that I would give my friends would be to
Get your own food.
Yeah, get your own food.
Don't ask for mine.
Get your own food. Don't ask for mine.
I share. Sharing.
Okay. Well, kind of going back to Taylor Star, how you mentioned about finding their voice. I really wish, and I've said this to you, Savannah, before, as well as to your brother, Justice, that I think it's very important that you all share the fact that you're comfortable in your own skin. At 10 years old, that you know how to speak and articulate. I'll never forget when I saw your brother, another young kid came in the room. Your brother got up from where he was sitting and went over, shook the young man's hand, introduced himself. And I think those are the things that oftentimes grown people don't do. They'll enter a room and won't say anything to nobody. Right. And so, but you all are leading the charge in so many ways. Savannah, when you shared at the Juneteenth celebration, and articulated what Juneteenth was about. Taylor Star, you just, even in your broadcast that you and your bestie are doing, being able to articulate and speak without any fear. There's people watching right now on YouTube, Facebook, you name it, and you all have been present. You have been opening up and sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your perspective, and that's beautiful. To be honest with you, ladies, you all have given me hope for the future, because sometimes when I look at your peers and your classmates, I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. We need some kids who can stand up and speak up and ask the right questions. And you're helping us to know, as parents, we need to be more patient. We need to make sure that we're providing resources and sharing with one another and helping us to be better friends to our friends. So thank you so much. And thank you both for sharing the fact that you know how important faith is. And I pray that you ladies at 10 and you continue to grow and matriculate through life, you guys do not stop believing in God. You don't stop, speaking up for yourself and sharing and being that awesome individual that you all are. I'm really grateful for you. I'm going to throw some other things in here on the chat. Listen, you all have been blowing this chat up and I love it. This is some good I'm thinking about it. I could tell my kids I'll fix them their favorite meal once a month. Your mom did say that it's not any amount, a Taylor Star. Just want to let you know. But Brittany, if it is any amount, the abduction does sound more plausible these days. If it's any amount, maybe there is an abduction that happened. But again, thank you, Marjan, for lending your daughter to us tonight. Thank you, Alexander, as well. You all are phenomenal parents. This is a beautiful expression. As we're celebrating the month of February and celebrating our stories, our life, our history, it's only great that we speak to our future as well. So parents, if you're in the chat, grandparents, friends and loves and supporters here, the Be Healed Web Show, but most importantly, supporters of these young women, please support these young girls. Matter of fact, girls, what are your cash apps? Maybe somebody wants to be a blessing to you tonight. Put your cash app, or maybe they can share where they can purchase from your store. Maybe, that could be another plug. Do a commercial for your business right now. And Alexandria, absolutely. It's my pleasure. It's my esteemed honor to have them on the show.
Oh, it's right here. Okay.
As the assistant producer comes.
I'm going to put this up for a second in case any of you want to be a little supportive. It's okay if you don't want to.
Want to support my mom instead of me.
You can give her some.
And some of my family and give them money. So go ahead, put your cash app in the chat. Go ahead, y'all.
I love this. Such a giver, such a giving heart. Absolutely. Thank you so much for you all sharing. And again, you have the Cash App open. I hopefully, prayerfully, someone is impressed to give. And listen, I always tell people, not because it's a song, not because it's a cliche, but to God be the glory for the great things he has done. God is doing amazing things in you all's life. God has blessed me with this platform, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share. Continue to thrive, continue to succeed, ladies. You ladies hang out with me. Hopefully I'm gonna leave this up for a little more. So anybody else wants to take a snapshot of that, they are definitely courageous young girls. Absolutely. They're giving me confidence, y'all. They're giving me confidence on tonight. I love it. But make sure that you support and share alike with these awesome young ladies. They've been a blessing to us. Until next time.
Can we say something?
Go ahead, baby.
3, 2, 1. Our Black is beautiful, and we are Black history.
Yes, your Black is beautiful, and you are Black history. You are today, tomorrow, the future. I'm excited Thank you so much, you awesome young ladies. Until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you all. May his face continue to shine upon you, give you strength. May he continue to bless your going in and your coming out from this day forward and forevermore. May he increase your capacity to experience him the more and just to trust him. If you haven't trusted God the way you needed to, today is a good day to start. And if you haven't told him thank you, today, right now, this moment is a great place to start. So we want to make sure you all do that, and we'll see you soon. Ladies, hang out with me for a second, and we're going to say, go ahead and wave goodbye to those that are listening and watching. It's been a
Bye.
great episode. We love you. God bless.